welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and we've skipped ahead a couple of months. There wasn't much going on in either January or February. The ground, oh wow, was covered in snow. As you can see, everything is that little bit slippery. Thankfully, we don't destroy the oilseed radish by driving over it like this. But yeah, everything's been a little bit slippery and slidey. And just trying to get the brakes working with the realistic weather is fun. But we are through to March. We're expecting the ground to thaw out fairly quickly today. We've got a nice load of sun this morning. It is going to be a bit rainy in the afternoon. But yeah, this morning we should be good. So it's time to get the oats planted here on Pallegney. And we should end up getting through this today. We've had a lot of comments on the last few videos, which has been fantastic. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's been liking, subscribing, and importantly, commenting on my videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. I'm going to go through a few in this video, I think, and cover them while we sort this. You can see behind us as well, our windmill is going. That has stopped. So we've got the windmill going up here, and we put most of our stuff into it over the winter. In fact, it looks like we have all of our flour produced. So we did that over the last couple of months. Let's deactivate that, and deactivate. So all of our oats, sorghum, and wheat went through our windmill over the winter. We now have a whole load of flour. We're still producing milk. I think we still got milk going through that. So our dairy moves quite slowly, but this is brilliant. And we've got all of the flour out. So the aim now is to get the bakery so we can start making the bread and see where we go from there with that. So I'm going to start a hired worker on this field here with our S-Series Valtra. That will nice and easily do that. And then go back and get the New Holland. And we're going to follow behind with that and get the oats planted. And as I'd hoped, before we've even got started planting, the snow is going already. I don't know if it's going to go from here, but certainly further down it seems to be clearing. Now where did oh yeah, I know where I left my seeder. It's around the other side here. So one comment that did stand out, that we've had a few comments on, is my choice of tractors around here. There's been some suggestion that I should sell off my New Holland here, and that I should also sell off the Valtra S series that we've got. Both those tractors are a little bit overpowered for what we're doing on here, and I would be better off with some smaller stuff, maybe closer to the 100 horsepower setup. I don't think you're wrong, to be honest. I think that, yeah, for what we're doing on here, this tractor and the S-Series might be a little bit big. I mean, we're only using 3 meter. I think we're using a 4 meter plant cultivator and a 3 meter horse planter here. And neither of these tractors are particularly challenged by this kit. We got horsepower to spare with them. The S-Series is actually really useful for whenever we're doing wood chipping and we hire the wood chipper. It easily handles that. I think this New Holland might handle that as well. The New Holland is great for carting. It does a fantastic job with our carting, so that's why I kind of like to have this. Plus, this is my favorite tractor, and I've got a chance to have my favorite tractor on this series. I'm gonna use that. Should I have maybe replaced the S-Series with the second New Holland that came up a couple episodes ago? Maybe. And that is as a distinct possibility for something I could possibly have done. So that is very true. Let's get ourselves some steering assist up on here, and we will okay that. Oh, maybe we might get away we're gonna have to get away with, I think, we're gonna have to do 5 headlands in order to not have a problem. Yeah, 5 headlands should mean that we do well. And we've got the same orientation as our cultivator there. And yeah, this oilseed radish, this is gonna create us a really nice bed of fertilizer, and we should be able to go through this field and get this done. That is not easy to see where we've been and where we've got to go. Oh, there is a little bit of discoloration from that angle, so that's good. But yeah, my choice of tractors here very much have been really told by the stuff that's been available in the used sale. And we got the Valtra series basically because it was the first big tractor that came up in the used sales and was perfect for us as a result. I got the New Holland because I love this Blue Power T7. If I get a chance to get this, I am going to pick it up. So yeah, that's why we've got the New Holland T7 in here. It is just an absolutely cracking tractor, and I love it, and I'm gonna grab it every opportunity I get. So yeah, it's a personal choice, this one. But could we run this farm with smaller tractors? Yeah, I think we could, and I think it would run well with smaller tractors as well. Another comment that comes up a lot, and I've seen over the last couple episodes appear again, is why do I run my games at 10 times? And why not, if I'm being realistic, why not run it at 1 times? You know, should I not just do several jobs in a day and spread it over several videos? I would love to, but it would slow things down a lot. I don't think people are overly interested in me spending 3-4 videos doing a single day on the farm and having months where you know, where I'm having a video that ends up being spread, or having a day spread over like 5-6 videos. With running it 10 times and doing a day a video, we get through the farm in a way that I think is interesting, where we get to see the jobs done and everything like that. And then I suppose the question from that then comes, why not slow it down and just record more and edit it down? That's a lot more editing. So that would increase the editing time by a huge factor. The other thing, of course, is that increases the recording time. And as much as I would love to do more recording and take time a little bit longer in these series, my time, like everybody's, is limited. And if I was in a position where I could put out maybe 4 videos a week, then I would possibly do that. I do know creators who do spend a lot of time recording a massive amount of footage and then editing that down. Unfortunately, I just the problems or the restrictions I have on my time don't allow for that. I would love to record 4 or 5 hours of footage and edit that down to a 30-minute video for you, but the realities are that yeah, that is there would be no live streams, and basically that would be all there is. And unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, I don't get enough in from the videos to be able to do that. It's a little bit of a catch-22. I've spoken about this in my live streams before, actually. If I got to the stage where I had an editor, where I had somebody who could dedicatedly go through my footage and apply even more of an editing thing to it, I could record more footage, because I wouldn't have to go through with the editing process, and so it'd be a split of time, and B, you know, they would be able to just dedicate to that. But unfortunately, being as it is, I'm never really in a position, or I've never really been in a position where I have been able to hire somebody to edit my videos. So I have to do it all myself, and that means the time restrictions are fairly heavy on recording these things. And yeah, I love this, and I hope, you know, at 10 times it also adds that little bit of pressure to it, just so that things move along at a steady pace, and hopefully things never get too samey at the same time. The hired workers' approach to this field has been quite interesting. It's sort of worked through the middle of the field first, and then coming out to do this side over here, and then it's going to go and do the remains over that side. I've left a 1-row buffer zone over there just because I want to try and avoid the cultivator going through and tearing up too much of what I've seeded on here. We seem to be doing pretty well at the moment. The fuel level seems good, so I've adjusted the mod. A lot of people saying just remove the mod that adds the extra hours, adds the extra costs. I like the extra challenge, and that's why I've got it in here. The fuel was the biggest problem for me. The fuel usage was just ridiculous. It had gone completely the other way, so I've adjusted the mod now. It works pretty much as I want it to. We're using fuel at a rate that I now feel is much more realistic for gameplay. So I'm liking that a lot. I would expect the tractor to use most of its fuel in a day working like this. So I'm expecting that, yeah, we will be down to the bottom of the fuel. I actually forgot to refuel this tractor before we started today. So that, from that point of view as well, I think we're probably going to end up having to refuel this tractor, which is good because I should be refueling my tractors every day before I start work. And it's something that the game in general has stopped me from doing because I don't need to. You can go months without refueling a tractor. You should be refueling your tractor on a regular basis. So that increased cost I'm quite happy with, and the extra time, the extra hours on it, that makes sense to me as well. The leasing side of things, I think I'm gonna have a look at the mod, see if there's a way to adjust the leasing setup. Maybe see if we can discount the leasing depending on the time scale. I mean, that would be fantastic if I could work that out. But at the moment, yeah, leasing is the one thing that costs a huge amount of money. And while it was fine for our wood chipper and fine for anything I use for a very short period each time I use it, if we need to go and lease something bigger and we're going to be using for longer, that could be very expensive very quickly. So why did I plant the oilseed radish on here? Because this is something not many people do, and we had a good opportunity to do it this year. And if we have a look over here, you can see the effect the oilseed radish is having. We only need to fertilize this field once this year. It immediately brings this field up to the same level as we have elsewhere, having done fertilizer on there. So it keeps our fertilizer costs down because seeds cost so much less than fertilizer, and we're just going to be able to save a bunch of money from the fertilizing costs this year because we've got this oilseed radish in here. Also helps in real life, I think, to hold the soil together. The soil is much happier when it has something growing in it. It basically helps with your soil health as well. So I very much like the idea of putting OSR down in my fields where I've got spring crops that I'm going to plant. It just reduces my cost and is better for the upkeep of your fields. I really wish there was a mechanic for that in game. I'd really like, actually, if precision farming is getting an update, to have some sort of a mechanic like that in there. Maybe there's a making of a mod in there. There absolutely is a making of a mod in there that would really help to make this mechanic, this planting a cover crop, something that would truly benefit your farm. So the other tractor has started going around the edge now. I'm looking at it and I think I might need to add another headland on the inside. It has come a long way into that field. I think next field as well, what I will probably do is reduce the number of headlands on the cultivator. It's going way too deep. Although, to be honest, we can probably get that cultivator doing the field for the sorghum today, and that way it will just it will mean that we won't need to worry about overlaps. But yeah, it seems to be doing well. It's a 4 meter and we've got it doing 4 headlands. And this is a 3 meter and we got it doing 5. We probably should have reduced the 4 meter to just doing the 3, and then we would have been absolutely fine. The overlap is a little bit much. I think we're maybe a meter out on this, so we're gonna have a little bit of cleanup to do around the headlands. My failure to refuel my tractor is gonna be a problem today. We have hit a quarter of a tank left, and so yeah, that's not good. Get out of the way of our cultivator. So I'm gonna need to go and refuel this probably before we hit the headlands with this tractor, which does annoy me slightly, but hey, that's how it goes. Also, I probably need to refuel the Vultra before we get that started on field 32. It should be fairly good getting that onto there. How close are we to the end of the row? There it is. It's getting harder to tell now that the S-Series is going around the headlands. But yeah, we're doing all right. We might have enough to get the main body of this field done, which would be grand. Not having to go back to the farm before then would be very good. Although, yeah, it's not going to be enough to do the rest of the field, I don't think. At the same time, the rain has started to fall, but this is only a short shower, so we should be okay. It won't affect us too badly. I think if it was a longer rainstorm, that would be a bigger problem. But just an hour or so, that isn't going to really impact us too badly. And with the ground being fairly dry, it should end up that we aren't too affected by planting in this. It's looking very good. We still have plenty of seed, which is fantastic. We've got lots in storage as well, so we're not looking at running out anytime soon. I am looking at our setup here and the suggestions people have made, and maybe our Vultra or the S-Series is overkill for this farm. I'm gonna keep my eye out. If something appears secondhand for a decent price that is maybe closer to the horsepower of this tractor, we might have a look at that. But for now, the S-Series is serving us well, so I'm not too worried. I've got the realistic weather mod running on here, and I've left these hay bales out here. Completely forgot about them. Their moisture level is going up. There's no hay in them. These bales have been completely destroyed. Yeah, math is 235. I've left them out so long that the hay bales have been destroyed. I know people have been asking for this kind of functionality from that existed in the old seasons mod. It's here in realistic weather, and it has destroyed my bales. They are of zero use, those. that we've got down in the bottom here. That sucks. We're gonna have to just, well, we'll have to put them into the cows, but there is no useful hay in them at all. They are just done. And talking about just being done, our tractor is flashing red on its fuel. So we'll get this road done, and I'm gonna head up to the yard and get it refueled. Yeah, we are complete on, well, we're complete fuel-wise. We need to get this sorted, which is unfortunate. But that's what happens when you forget to refuel your trailer, your tractor in the morning, and you're actually using something a little bit more realistic than the base game fuel levels. I have a horrible feeling, though, that we don't have a huge amount of fuel in our tank either. Let's see what we've got. Turn the engine off. 354 litres. That's gonna have to do. I think we need to get some contracts done next time. Is there anything? There's a couple of hoeing contracts. There's a mowing contract. Spraying a stone picking. These supply and transport contracts are amazing if you have the stuff it needs. And you have to have the right amounts of them as well. There is quite a lot of money to be made on these, and I really like these. Yeah, there's some contracts that we can hit next time. We can also hit with our own equipment. How much fuel is left in our tank? Silo is empty. So, yeah, we're going to have to buy some more fuel, which means we are going to have to do some contracting work in order to bring some cash in. Also, we've got stuff to sell, actually. We can sell some milk. We can sell some flour. I don't want to sell all the flour because we want to start making bread. And we need to buy the bakery. So we're going to have to start saving up for that as well. All in all, there's quite a lot still to do on here. The S-Series has completed cultivating the field. So that's good news. Let's just this up here then. What's the fuel level like on this? Fuel level like on this is actually pretty good. I think there's enough fuel in here for this to hit the second field. So we'll get that going over here. Gonna take it up to the top end over this way, and just bring it on here. I want to see how many headlands it wants to do. It wants to do 4. It won't go any less than 4. So, yeah, we can't, with an AI worker, get it to do less than 4. So, okay that, and we'll send it off. Yeah, that's how many it needs to make sure it can turn around in the field. So, we will finish this field off. That field being done a day early just makes it easier for us. And means that that tractor finishes off that. And getting ahead, that is absolutely something we need to do around here. If we don't get ahead, we often find ourselves falling behind. That is the main part of the field done. So I'm just going to run along the headlands now. Just inside the outer line. I think on most of the headlands we're fine. But just that middle section of the field where the cultivator sort of undid some of the seeding that we had. I just want to come in there and fix this. You can see actually on this bit here. So I don't think my seeder is going to reach far enough across to do that. So we're just going to run along. In fact, yeah, you can see from the guidelines there that that is not going to reach that. So we're just going to come along the edge of the guide here. Basically add an extra bit of headland to this section of the field here. And next time we know that if we're going to run that cultivator on the hired worker on those parts of the field, then we're going to need to increase this to 6 headlands for this piece of kit. One tour of the headlands done. 4 more to go. And yeah, looking good. this is working very well. The other tractor is doing a grand job on the other field, so that will be ready for us to plant the sorghum next month, which is brilliant. And next time though, we're going to need to get this field rolled in, and we're not going to start seeing that yet. So we'll probably end up getting the N series rolling this field in. I think our New Holland here, we want to look at getting this to probably go and do some contracting. I think there's a few contracts we can do with this tractor, and get that done. I think we could also possibly get a couple of contracts going with the S series. So rather than going out there and doing stuff with the contracting equipment, using our own equipment and maybe seeing if we can save a bit of money. Although with the increased fuel costs and things, we might actually be better off using contracting equipment to do stuff rather than spending that extra money on the wear and tear for our equipment and the fuel costs too. The mist is still clinging down around the bottom here, even though it's mid-afternoon and it's not a cold day. It's like 13 degrees, which is pretty good for March. And it's yeah, we are on our third headland now, about halfway through, and that means that we should be on track to have this finished by the end of the day. The S series looks like it is now onto the headlands by the looks of things. I can't see it on the main body of the field, which means it's hiding somewhere around the other side of the trees. In fact, there it is, coming out of the trees there. In fact, I think that looks like it's doing the outside of the field before it starts doing the inside of the headlands. Hide workers always do some very weird and interesting things on the fields, and it looks like this is no exception this time. It's no, it's, I think it's just doing the outer edge of the field first, but yeah, that is a little bit weird. Don't quite know why it's doing the outer part of the headlands first, but if that's the way it wants to do it, that's absolutely fine by me. As long as that field has all of its oilseed radish cultivated in by the end of today, we're going to be in a great position in April to get the sorghum in. I don't think my timings today could have been any better. It is coming up to 5:30. We have just one single row on this headland to do. Our other tractor with the cultivator, the S series with the cultivator, has just finished work on field 32. Everything has just really come together nicely today. I still think my fuel usage set is maybe a little bit high. We've used another half a tank of fuel on here, so I might adjust that a little bit further just to sort that. But yeah, this is looking pretty awesome. I am so pleased. We've got this in. We will get this field rolled next time. We'll go and see if we can start to raise some money to buy the bakery, because that is the next thing we need. We need to turn our flour into some bread, so I think some contracts for that. And yeah, our tractor there, our S series, is great as well. So that is everything done on the farm today. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.